Heyo, what's up, everybody? I'm putting out the PBA for Brendan right now. Oh, there he goes. He just texted me. I'll be a little late. Okay. How we doing? What's up, gang? Fishing Maniacs, welcome back. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate y'all. It's good. How we doing? Let's see what we got going on. Bunch of people in here early. Thank you. I almost just kicked over my drink. That's why you don't put your drink on the floor. We got Larry. What's up, Carol? Scott. Gang's out early. Appreciate y'all. Before the show even started up, 510. OG's in the building. What's up? Boy Malone. Michael Bradley. Gang. Tom Mix. What's up, brother? Look at that. Spooky Mike's in the building. They got the whole gang out. What's up, Viv? Mike, what up? No, it's not me. I was good. I was just waiting on sorry to throw him under the bus, but I was waiting on Brendan. Gina, what's up? Whole gang's out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go tomorrow. I think it was a couple days for that rain to settle. That's all that snow you got. We just got a dump of rain. So the waters were muddied up and terrible. There was actually the first tournament I could have done was Slay Nation. And it was I might join up with them because they do Sundays. It's a lot easier for me to get off work. I should be able to get to every single tournament for Slay Nation. As long as I don't have anything else playing with my girl, but we'll see. I might pick up another. I guess that's some news. I might pick up another tournament trail, Jersey side. What's up, Little Rich, too? Little Rich. Slowly but surely, with the gangs trickling in. There we go. I think I just caught up. Let's see if I can't keep caught up for a little bit. Let's see. What do we got? Tom, yeah, it's raining now. Yeah. We got flood warnings, all types of crazy stuff. I did a little bit. He'll be all right. I think he's coming. It was his topic. I hope he's coming. I'll give him a little bit. I guess I'll just chill y'all. Mike Vogel. Enjoy the shift. Be good. There's my boy. Sly Fox in the house. A little tongue twister there I got myself. Throwing a trace. Yeah, the trace is nice. I got a couple of them, I think. Yeah, floating. I got so much stuff back here. A floating, a fast sink, Which one is this? I think I got the bluegill. One of their bluegill variants. I think that's 4K. Excuse me. It's actually kind of interesting. My collection of big baits kind of getting I wouldn't say like big, but to me, I feel like I have enough. Like I got these guys. I got the hangovers. I got cold shads. I got the trace. The heck is this? Mag drafts. I got the citizen. One of these has been in the water. One of them's rigged up. This thing's nice. I can't wait to get destroyed on this, though. That is one thing I can say. Yeah, this one's rigged up. I almost tell it's been rigged up, but yeah, I got a decent collection of, I guess, like normal swim baits anyway. Nothing wild, nothing. Yeah, that's what I'd be thinking, right? There we go. Tim's in the house. He's not late. What's up, Tim? Yeah, I guess we can get off into the topic. What do you do when the bite's tough? What are some things, especially now, I feel like is a good time to talk about it because it happens a little bit more than often now. Look at that. Hold on. Quick timeout. I think we got him. There he is.
What's up?
There he is.
I'm here. I
just got him.
Just got back from the shop. All righty. Sorry, I'm a little late. I'm here.
It's all good, brother. Good to have you.
Oh man, it's been like what, 2 weeks since I've been on here. It's been a while.
I think so. Something like that.
Oh man, feels good to be back though. That's good.
There it is. I literally just started it. I just asked the question.
Oh heck yeah.
So you got here right at perfect timing.
Perfect. Wow. I would like to tell a little story though, if I may, about the alligator.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right. So yesterday I went out fishing in one of my favorite lakes. It's all right. Let me set the layout for the lake. So it's about a lake's probably 1.5 miles long, maybe a mile wide, somewhere around there. At its widest point, it's basically just this like long lake, and then at one end, the north end, it's a swamp, but it has a river running through it that dumps into the other end of the lake, which has a spillway. So there's current going through the lake from the river. So there's a couple other lakes north of it that are dammed up. So there's a swamp in between, those lakes. So I was fishing in the swamp, and I was fishing with a frog, and there's gators out now since it's warm. So I was fishing with the frog, catching a few fish here and there. Not really great fishing. So I hook up to this like little 2-pound bass. Okay. I hook him in, set the hook, start reeling him into the boat, skating him across the surface. I get the net out, and what happens to appear right beside the boat? A 4-foot alligator. So when alligators are that close to boats and they are normal, like, and fine about being that close to a boat, they're usually not scared. So I decided to give him a scare. So I scooped up him and the fish in my giant net, brought them both in the boat, grabbed the fish, unhooked him, tossed him back in, then grabbed the gator and, held him for a second, looked at him and took a picture and then threw him back in the water. So hopefully he doesn't go near boats anymore. Hopefully that scared him. So that's it. I do have picture proof as well. I will pull up a picture.
This guy's crazy.
Rednecks.
This guy is crazy.
Oh man. So there you guys go.
guy's crazy.
Oh man.
Ever
So
since
there's-
Steve went down, Steve, I ain't messing around. If they can get him, they can get anybody.
Oh man.
I ain't
It's
messing
always fun
around.
though. When you come down here, you're gonna
That's
catch one.
it. See?
And we're gonna get you one.
Nope. I ain't messing around. Nah.
No. When you come down here, we're gonna get you one.
Get me a
And we're-
what?
Yeah, we're gonna let you catch one.
Catch what?
A gator. A gator
No.
first.
I'm not doing it.
It's not on your bucket list.
Nope. Why?
Man,
Nope.
gotta reinvent your bucket list there, man. Oh, we got Spooky Mike Davis. Okay, hey,
Yeah.
I would like to say why I'm late. I was talking to Terry Battisti on the phone for 25 minutes. So big old blabbermouth.
Right?
Oh man. But yeah, so that was the story for that gator. But I did see a big giant fish as well. So, but
So lines with Brendan.
okay, I would throw bigger ones sometimes just because it's fun to throw them, but I do downsize. Not
Okay,
downsize
see?
in the way that you guys think, but I do downsize.
All right.
And I think
Get
one of
into
the
that
baits
some
might-
more. So yeah, guys, keep going
Yeah.
with what do you do when the bite gets tough? Keep
Yes.
flowing with that. We're gonna keep flowing with that here. Little Tommy's in the house. What's up, my boy?
Alrighty. Let me get a few baits here so that way I can show them whenever what I do when I downsize.
Tommy, you still around tomorrow? Let's get a busting. I'm off. Thank you. I would have jumped out the butt. So damn right, I ain't messing around. This kid. Gina, you better come smack some sense into this boy. Yeah, I think we saw one. That's
Saw a gator?
I think we saw a gator out of Gunnersville.
Really?
Yeah, I think Pat saw it. It was far from me, but Pat was investigating. It was on championship day, and Pat was like, "Yo, he called me and was like, yo, there's something in the corner over here, and it's really big, and it just came up and then went back down, and it came up again. I think it's a gator."
Really?
And I was like, "Are you serious right now?" He's like, "Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna get closer to it to see what's up." He's a military man, so
Mhm.
Pat ain't scared of nothing. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go poke it." I'm like, "What? You gotta go see if it's real." I'm like, "No."
That's kind of crazy right there. I'm surprised they
Yeah.
have them. Wow.
Yeah. I knew they were in there. I know they're like not common, I think, because I think it gets a little cooler or whatever, but that's what I heard, that they trickle up. They trickle into them. Because what's the other one? Wheeler, right? And Wheeler runs into Gunnersville, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know the layout of the land down there like that. I'm just going off of what I was told. But I'm pretty sure that Wheeler has gators, and then Wheeler runs into Gunnersville. So ooh. Tim Maynard's on some spawners already.
Oh, Tim, you're going out. That's kind of surprising. Look at that. Look at you go, Tim.
There we
Getting
go.
out there. Heck yeah.
Me and little Tommy will be getting it in tomorrow somewhere.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Hell
You guys are
yeah.
gonna get out and go some fish. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think it's supposed to be like 55, sunny tomorrow. So what do I do when it gets tough? Honestly, I'm kind of learning. When in doubt, crank it out. Falling in love with like tighter shimmy crankbaits. OG Slim, DT, like a lipless crank. You can't really go wrong with. If you do want to do something moving, maybe you can go to like a little bit more of a finesse-er, a smaller lipless, like the Duke 55. I kind of like. What else? What might I do? Go to silent. I like silent, no rattles. That's one thing I do like about Six Sense. If you don't know, you probably should, but they got a few different models in the cranks. So pretty much every model they'll have like a silent or like a one knocker or a different type of rattle. Even the Crush 50, they got faint rattles. So it's not like a you probably don't have one out. But yeah, like they have I don't even think they have the XR. Which is the extra rattle.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not a fan
even
of those rattles. I'm not one for rattles.
this is the regular Crush is a faint rattle, if I'm not mistaken. So it's
Yeah, it
not.
has a real subtle one.
And at the end of the day, Brendan, you made me notice this too. Like
Mhm.
you're not the bait's not shaking like this in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
so
Yeah, the bait's not moving exactly like
it's
that.
more
It's,
of a that noise if you guys can
yeah, a
hear
little
that.
bit more.
You know, but it's like it's more of a wobble than it is like a. You hear people do this, and it doesn't do that in the water.
And also, your hand is also around the bait, which makes it sound different as
Yeah,
well.
true.
So it changes the sound. So you hold the hooks and hold the rings and shake it, and that gives you a more accurate sound. And then
More
also,
accurate.
sound travels differently underwater. But I personally don't throw rattles on really many baits at all. Series
Yeah.
4 is about it. That's the only one I will throw rattles on, but that's like
Okay.
a weird bait. Like that's one that will. I mean, that's not one that I throw in conditions where they're tough and kind of hard to get to bite. But that's just one that I throw with rattles. That's just me. So I just don't throw them in general.
Damn right, Carol. My girl right there. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't gonna kill the gator just because I caught it because that'd be illegal. But yeah, I had to
I
have a
would have
permit.
killed his
I
ass
had
and brought his ass right to Carol. Let us fry him. Let his ass fry him up. Stop playing with me.
oh man,
Keep
there's
messing
always
with me,
game
your
more
ass gonna be
there.
dinner, boy.
I wanted to bring him
I'll eat anything. You cook it right. Stop playing with me.
Gator is one of the best meats you've ever eaten.
If you cook anything right, I'll eat it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But well, I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it off right here, real quick.
Yeah, what do you got for us?
One of my favorite baits whenever it gets tough. This one right here. The $1 jig. The Bitsy Flip. Half ounce.
I like
Half
that.
ounce striking Bitsy Flip, black and blue. The Bitsy Flip is different than the Bitsy Bug. Bitsy Flip has the big, heavier duty hook. So yeah, that right there, literally that. So
I like that.
I trim the skirt as well. Sometimes I'll throw a trailer on it. Most of the time, I'm actually not throwing a trailer on it, which is a little weird. Just gives it a little bit of different fall, lets the skirt move a little bit more, and that's what I do. That's one of my favorite things because we've got such like stained water, and you can usually tell where the fish are at. So like if you can't throw like a normal, like a big normal sized half ounce jig at them or a normal sized 3/8 ounce jig, this little guy right here will get bit, and he gets big ones too. He gets very good sized fish. So yeah, this is one of my favorites right here. Just kind of work it everywhere, really, you know. But this is killer little bait right here.
Nice.
Yeah. I do go to like jigs like whenever it gets tough because you're moving them slow normally. And this is another one. I'll just go through the jigs right here. I've got 3 jigs, but this one right here, this is an old one. This is an old Arky jig. This one's got the brass hook in there. Look at that hook. That's an old hook right there. No trailer keeper. And it's got that old gray skirt on there. So
Is that a
one
rubber
right there.
skirt?
Yes. And it is it's gray too, which is a different color than most fish see. So it's a really sweet jig. I love this jig. It's also a 1/4 ounce. It falls extremely slow. This bait right here will fall really slow, and I do throw a trailer on this one. But this is the last little jig. This one right here, the Pulse Swim Jig. Now, if any of you guys know the secret about this bait, get the 5/8 ounce, put a split ring on the nose, and put a Nico Baits swim bait trailer, the Winnow 95 on here, and it acts
Mhm.
like a crankbait. So, but that only works with the 5/8 ounce. So this one right here is just I think this is 3/8 of an ounce, but this one's one of the ones I go to if it gets tough. So yeah, those are my jigs right there. Thought I'd just blow through all of them real quick here.
All right.
But yeah, jigs are
I do
always
like a more finessey approach when it comes to like you're still throwing heavy jigs. Like when
Mhm.
I'm going down to like a finesse jig, like I don't even know if I have one here. I thought I did. Yeah, like I'll throw like one of these 6 cents.
Yeah, you're going like real finesse. Like that's like a true finesse jig.
Yeah,
Is that Reaction Innovations on there? Beaver?
yeah, it is.
Look at you, not using 6 cents beavers.
Yeah,
Moving up in the world.
moving up, chill. But this the you can't go wrong with the reactions innovations.
You
Sweet
can't.
Beaver,
That's such a killer
you know.
bait. Oh boy, AJ's in here. He's
And
about.
this is that
Oh boy,
this is that I can't even say this.
is that like a Magic Cross swirl?
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good color.
I got it. I got it trimmed down nice. I'm giving away the
Oh,
juice right here.
look at that. You got it trim and everything.
Yeah, this is this one right here has done damage.
Oh yeah, you like that one.
Particular one right here has
So how
been
the,
in some fish's mouths.
I've never thrown a ball head jig. That's a ball head jig, right?
Yeah, it's
I've never
pretty much.
How does it go through cover? Oh dang, you've like stripped all the paint off that. Dang.
It's good. It's pretty good. I mean,
Wow.
like
It's like, does it like,
I would
is
say
that
it's
like a
not.
rock jig? Or do you like it around wood?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little better around wood because it doesn't get wedged as
I
easy
gotcha.
because it's a ball. But rock, it's not the best. But I still
Mhm.
throw it in there.
Okay.
It's a jig, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're gonna lose them.
No,
That's why I
that's
use
where
the.
like obviously you're gonna try to use different jigs for different applications. But even then, I feel like with getting stuck, I feel like it's more weight than it is the style of jig. When you go
I
to lighter
gotcha.
jigs, you tend to get stuck less. You know, I
Yeah,
think
they
it's
pop out
lighter
easier.
jigs.
They
Yeah,
don't wedge in. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You use a half-ounce jig and you put it in the wrong spot and it goes down, boom, and it gets stuck right in there. And you're like, the first pop, you're like, okay, I'm done. But you know, you use like a 5/16 or
Yeah, something
three
lighter like that.
ounce jig, and it comes gliding in and lays down nice, and it doesn't like get in there good. So, oh,
I gotcha. Interesting.
that's what I think. I think it's more about the weight, but
Yeah,
obviously the head helps a little bit too. But
definitely.
oh, sorry, we
Sorry.
clicked something at the same time. Tweez, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it unless something crazy happens. Because I had something else happen in life. I'll text you about it. Some BS. It's not even my fault. I didn't even do anything, and I'm getting punished for it. But it's over with. It's done and over with. So it's all right.
It's not good.
I'm good. Yeah, it's just it's a little delay. When the way I look at things is it's just a little delay. It's all right. Everything's okay. Could have been a lot worse. So
Good. Well, that just happens in life. But I believe he means the beaver.
the beaver.
Was
Honestly,
it
I
just too
think
big?
I just did that because it has a screw head, and it was a little bit easier to get on the screw head.
Oh, I hate the screw heads so much.
I love it.
It's the worst. Man.
I love them. I mean, it depends on the bait, honestly. So, like a bait like this, I don't mind it on the beaver because if they take one of the appendages, I don't mind. But on a craw, I've done that where you take the couple minutes, and I've done it with like a Strike King Rage Bug, and you put a Strike King Rage Bug on one of these, and the first cast they take one of the claws, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
I just spent
a little while on that.
I just spent a little while doing that.
Yeah. That's why I like no trailer keepers. Just throw some super glue on there and be done.
Yeah. I don't know. I like them. I don't mind it. I've gotten used to them.
Yeah. AJ is saying keep the legs together.
Yeah,
It also lets the
I'll do
bait
that.
glide more. So you put it
Yeah,
on a light
it
jig and
does.
it glides.
It does. Yep, it gives it a little bit more of a glide, different fall.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Good little tip there.
Easy is in the house.
Real life getting in the way of fishing so wrong. Texas on speed.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I would agree. Tim, I see you're getting out and going fishing. Tim, did you see Eric on the water today? I think he's still down there at Bugs Island. But so another one that I love, since I fish shallow and fish around grass, if
What's
I
up?
cannot get a bite on anything,
Hmm.
this is one of my go-tos. This is the juice. I throw this on a swim jig a lot of the time too. I kind of contemplated not showing this one, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. This one right here. This is the original speedworm.
Mm.
So you can see, let me get a regular speedworm to show you guys if you are not familiar with the tail design.
I think I was gonna say. I think it's got that like almost a J, like the knife J tail, right? What's gonna be one of my other ones? I got them in here.
There we go. All right, so this is the Magnum speedworm, which is my preferred worm to swim.
Yeah, that's what I
You
was
can
gonna
see.
say. I just said that. It's got like that J,
Yep.
that like cut tail.
But you can see the size difference on those worms right there. It's a big
Mhm.
size difference. The little one is actually almost as thick as the big one too. So it holds the hook really good. But that right there will get bit. And this thing thumps insanely hard. You would not believe how hard this thing thumps in the water. So I
No
don't
more
use this
presence than
one.
you think for a small bait like that.
It really moves. Like you can feel it feels like a chatterbait on your rod. It's kind of crazy, especially on braid. You can really feel it. But this guy right here will get bit when no others get bit. It's kind of crazy. Like you'd think that they'd bite a regular swimming worm or a Magnum swimming worm,
Hmm.
and they don't. You break out this little guy, and of course it's in June bug. Sometimes I'll mess around and dye the tail, but this thing's awesome. And you can cut the tail to make it like a normal tail, but I
I
mean
would love to
the
bring you up
beauty's in
here
that.
in this clear water. You'd lose your mind.
I would lose my mind. I would go wild. I would go absolutely wild. But I throw
Did
this
you
on.
watch my last video? You see me releasing the fish?
I did. It was insanely clear.
Even
Like,
in the video,
I was
when I
like,
was editing it, when I was editing it, I'm like, dang, this water is pretty freaking clear. Like you can see the fish swimming off like 4 or 5 feet from me in the video.
yeah,
And I
it was
downgraded my
insane.
quality because it takes up less space. So I'm only
Like, what
using
was that?
10.
What was that? Like 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet of visibility?
Well, the water right in front of me is probably like 3, 4 feet of water. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's probably like up to my knee. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
knee
insane.
deep. Yeah, like 3, 4 feet of water.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
insanely clear. But yeah, so I throw this on just a EWG hook with an 1/8 ounce bullet weight pegged on the head. Sometimes I go to a heavier one if you want to fish a little bit deeper, or you're fishing it through some thicker grass and need to get it down there.
Mhm.
So, but this thing right here will get bit. Really great little bait. Now,
All right.
I'm going to cut that. We're going to cut that out of the stream so that way we don't go sharing that.
All
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. My next one is gonna
Okay.
be this one's hold on, let me get a different one. This one's a little ugly. The tail's ugly.
Jermaine is
Oh,
10 feet tall whenever knee deep is 3 to 4 feet.
right. Here's a good color too. I think Tweezy had just put up a.
No way. I was gonna say fluke as well.
That's it. The fluke.
Look at that.
This one's nice.
Look at
This is a
that.
6 cents flush. I use
It's
this
a
as
good
a
fluke.
chatterbait trailer too. Yeah, it's really good. Actually, I mean, some people don't like it because it messes up the tails. I don't think. I mean, like I got them jam packed, so I got a few different colors in here. It's another good one. I
Oh,
like
that's a good one.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. But they got a bunch of good colors. A lot of them are just different shad profiles that honestly, I went to Where the hell did I go? I went to Dick's. That's right. And Dick's had them on sale for like $3. And I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were like
The lady at
freaking out,
the
sure.
lady at the front, she thought I was crazy.
You were like,
I come up to the counter like this.
you come in with 2 shopping carts full of flushes.
I was like, I'll be back. I'm coming back with the others. The rest of
You don't grab the bait packs. You just grab the pegs off the wall.
bro. I saw them, and because I'm pretty sure like that's, I guess 6 cents. Like 6 cents is like a middle ground on price. I wouldn't call them expensive, but I wouldn't say they're cheap at all. So like I think the flukes, they're like,
They're $5 a pack.
is it? It's $5 a pack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So they were like $2 off. It was like I think they were like $3.50, $3.
It's a solid deal right there.
I was like, oh, I think there were like 7 packs there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yep, done. Thank you.
You wanted them.
We'll take the deal. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the fluke. I'm actually going to start using the fluke in a different way this year. I think. I don't know if I should talk about it too much, but I'm going to start power shotting. Brandon, you should too. Power shot with me. Drop shot with me. Drop shot with heavy gear.
I drop shot HUDs. That's all I do. That's the
I
only thing I
mean,
drop shot.
So pretty much what you would do is that with the fluke, you pretty much tie the same knot, but you put a 3/8 ounce drop shot weight, and you drag the fluke through grass.
I would think that drop shot weight would just get grass all over it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's like below, and you can kind of just hop it, and it doesn't really,
That's true.
If anything, it just draws attention, and then they see this. Oh, look at this little thing there. But I don't know.
I'll have to look at it and see.
It's something I was interested in. It kind of grabbed my attention. I was like, you know what? I might try that. Power shotting. So, but yeah, you can
try new stuff.
Fluke, it's a good application for the fluke. Yeah, just a good old weedless fluke, grass edges. Even just searching.
You throw it on top of the grass and reel it over the top just to watch them blow up like a frog.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's great. That's one of the best bites.
It's amazing whenever they're getting top water like that.
Yeah.
But that 6 cents one, it makes a big difference. Like those fins on the side, they really do stabilize it. Like you can actually like shoot it out to the sides instead of like a normal fluke where you're going down and up and stuff like that. But now there was a time and a place for that more like crazy erratic action. Like these are the two I work. I like the flush for the smaller one, and I like the 7-inch fluke.
Have you seen the bigger
and the Sakamana shad? I have, but I like the erratic action of the fluke.
Okay.
And I like having this little guy for whenever I need it, and this bigger, more normal size.
I think you're supposed to make a smaller size too.
Oh yeah, for the fluke.
For the flush. I think it's going to come for the flush.
I gotcha. I'm not getting that. This is almost too small.
Which one? The one you think they have now? I love the flush.
The 5-inch, 5.2.
Yeah, I use it so much.
Yeah,
but those I can't, like those the clamshells. I can't deal with them.
Yeah, you just stuff them in the bag.
They're huge. So yeah, that's why. Like once I got them on clearance too. Like I have like another like 10 packs in my closet. This is like I have like I don't even know what the heck's going on. This is like more bluegill-ish. One of my favorites before we get off this topic too. This right here. To me, is one of the sexiest ones too.
That's a good bluegill pattern for tilapia.
Yeah, it's so good. I think this is like
a good one.
Green red sunfish or something like that. Something red pattern. Sunfish. Really good. This one's got a hook in it. This one's still ready to go.
It's a good color right there.
Yeah, they're all good. They all
Houdini is one that I like to throw for the
they all got
what is it called? The fluke, the super fluke. But Sakamana shad is also one. I only throw the bigger size because I can't just justify spending that much money on packs of depth baits that they
Yeah,
just wear out so fast. But Sakamana Shed, that's an awesome one. They've got that like
it's a
hood,
bigger one, right?
8-inch. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
see,
pretty.
that's what I'm saying. Yep.
But these things are really cool baits. I love these things, and I know Tim in here. I think he's still in here. He likes these a lot. So these are awesome right here.
Yes.
Killer baits. They're very different. The
Big
VTS is also a
spoon.
good one, but it's not. It's a fluke, but it's not a fluke at the same time. It does other things. So I could use Mended, Tim. Mended is good, but I don't want to be sitting there with a little tiny bait just dabbing it on there like that, all delicate and stuff. I just slap it on there. Let's see, we got any good comments coming through?
Carol's first video is going to be catch and cook on a gator. That's what I'm
Hey.
hearing. That's what I heard. I'm just saying.
Look at that.
I'm telling you what I heard.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's it. That's all. I'm just streets is talking. That's what I'm hearing.
Heck yeah. Oh, JP.
Well, apparently it's not in season. Gator is not in season right now.
July 15th is when it starts. So
Brendan throws jigs. I'm gonna faint. When he throws a conventional lure, right? It's crazy.
Oh man.
He throws the fluke too.
I throw crankbaits all the time. Crankbait is one that I throw all the time.
Did I hear finesse jig talk? Yes, you did. I throw them.
AJ is like a finesse jig fanatic. He makes some nice ones too. They have nostrils, eyeball nostrils. Yeah. Prone.
Tyler's in the house. I'm catching up. Sorry.
Oh boy, I'll let you catch up.
Darius.
That's my stuff here.
I like to give the shout outs.
Exactly.
There's the question you asked before. I think I just, like I said, I think I just did that to get it on there. Put the screw head. The pink rods. Want me to bring it in to me? Pink rods.
The Barbie rods. Tyler's with me. Sungill and Houdini. Those are similar. Yeah. I agree. Houdini is the deal. Which is weird. It's like a watermelon with some gold in it and stuff, but it catches them, which is weird because like I don't throw a watermelon, but that one I will throw. Brendan doesn't throw baits on under 5 inches unless it's a Burns crankbait. It's pretty true, JP. I have some Burnsies here.
Hey, what's up, Gio? What's up, my boy? That's a real life friend right there.
Oh yeah, does he fish? Is he a fisherman?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Me and Gio go back. I actually went to elementary school with his sister. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, way back. Oh. Crazy to say, almost 30 years now.
Back in 86. Back in 86.
I wasn't born yet, Brendan. Yo, you can't even be laughing at like that. I can say like back in 2006 and you wasn't even born yet.
I was born then. I was 2 years old. Come on.
Okay, see, look at you. I was 2 years old. I was 16. This guy. He got his one chance to make an age joke and he ran with it.
Of course, I have to. You always make fun of me. Come on now. Everybody does.
I'm not 10 feet tall. 6'5".
Well, Caro had to go. Hey, Jermaine, what's up?
Yeah, Caro's my armrest.
Everybody's got to.
That's my armrest.
Go, hey, how's the air up there?
Yeah, Trev. I'm a little tall. That's it. The big guy.
I would never take smack for someone who can't buy their own beer.
Right? Look at this guy.
Oh, man.
So what do you do on everybody's episodes when they say cheers to that? Brendan picks up his Kool-Aid.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happens.
There we go.
Power shot.
Yeah, there you go. Some people know about it.
Let's see what this looks like. Is the drop shot weight?
It's a drop shot. It's just on bigger equipment, so you would enjoy it. You could drop shot like an 8-inch worm or 10-inch worm, okay, and rip it through the grass. It's kind of interesting. That's what got my attention. I saw someone say I power shot it and I rip it through the grass. and
Oh, I
they'll
see what
feed
this
it.
is now.
Yeah, and I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting to me. That
Yeah, I'm
sounds like
seeing.
something that I would do work with, a power shot." Because then you get those grass edges. You literally
Mhm.
throw it into the grass edge. Bing,
Yeah,
bing, pop it out, and
it
then it
looks.
comes out, and it's like, "Oh, free lunch."
It should work.
You know? You jump in their house, and then you jump out, and they're gonna come out and be like, "What the heck is that?" And then it's like, well, once now you have that nice presentation of just floating off the bottom, they're gonna be like, "Oh, thank you."
It looks like it should work for that sort of thing.
Right? That's all I can I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god."
My
It's
only
been running
thing
through my head for a while.
my only thing is grass because we have some deep grass that'll be a couple of feet deep. So that's the
Yeah.
only issue. I mean, like,
See, the
we have
grass
areas
around
that
yeah.
don't have grass, but
Mhm.
yeah.
The grass around me is kinda weird for the most part.
Mhm,
Excuse me. It'll stop at, on most lakes, obviously there's deep grass patches every now and then, but you'll see,
mhm.
grass, 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 grass stop, and then you're like, "Okay, there's the deep water,"
Yeah, exactly, right there. But,
for the
I mean,
most
like,
part.
here, we'll have, like, a flat that'll be, like, a couple 100 yards long, and that's all grass, and it's, like, 4 feet deep, and the grass is, like, 3 feet. So, like, you've got a foot of water to
Yeah.
play with, you know?
Okay.
That's the only thing. And, like, you can fish the edges, but there's still, like, grass tapering off because it only goes like, it may drop 6 inches there or something, you know?
Yeah. Because I mean,
Like,
I feel like
it's weird.
your lakes aren't that deep, though. That's what I'm saying. Well, my drop
Yeah.
off is like
It
10
goes.
feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's like 10 feet.
It's a
I'm pretty
lot.
sure, the lake so the first fish, the lake, blah, 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 first lake I'm fishing of the season,
Mhm.
it goes from it's like 5 feet off the bank is like 10 to 15 feet.
That's as deep as I will fish around here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you would only fish the first 5 feet of the whole lake. And then after that, it's like 20.
That's
So it's
insane
like
right there.
that's where that was like my biggest learning experience from the first tournament was, oh my God, I have to learn how to fish like 7 to 10 now.
Yeah.
And I
That's
just I didn't
important.
know how to do it. And that's why I struggled for the first two events because I was like, what the hell's going on here? And
Yeah.
then I realized, okay, drag a Ned rig. When in doubt, drag a Ned rig and good things happen. And I caught my first limit. But that's
Yeah.
another thing. You speaking and going to staying on topic,
Mhm.
when you need to get bites, I love that the BKK Dragon. I got some in my box over there.
Is it
Is
hook
it
with that flashy swimmer kinda hook?
No, no, it's a dragon Ned head, but the head has ridges in it.
Oh, so you can feel a little better.
I almost want to get it. It's going to take me too long to get it out, and I'm going to make too much noise. But
I'm sure they know.
I'll post a picture of it on my story last
Oh,
night
yeah.
for those of y'all who do follow me on Instagram. Um, but essentially, it's just got it's a round head and it's got like 4 ridges in it, like lines.
Mhm.
And when you're dragging that thing, boy, you can feel everything. Oh yeah, there you go. BKK Dragon Ned. Yeah, there you go. Yep, perfect.
Mhm.
That's it. That head right there. Literally, I think that's that because of that head right there, I placed in a tournament. That gave me all the
Oh, really?
confidence in the Ned rig that I needed.
Amazing.
It was one of those days where I was just like 11 o'clock, one fish. You start to get that point where you're like, ugh, you're just like, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put on the
Mhm.
deadly Nedley. Let's see how deadly this thing is. And bro,
Yeah.
I swear, I cast it out of frustration. I wasn't even casting in a direction.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
You're just angry casting.
yeah, and I was like, no way, 14. I'm like, all right. Then you start, then you start getting your mojo. You're like, all right. I'm dragging. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. I can feel every thump. No way.
Yeah.
14. I'm like, all right. And it was a grind of a tournament, nobody's had any big fish. I ended up coming in I think I came in ninth. and I got my
Mhm.
first taste of AOI points.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
didn't get like a lot or nothing, but I and that you finish in the top 10 and you get points. So
Mhm.
my boy, I'm like, dang, I came in ninth. I ain't even, I'm trying to get into money, I'm trying to get, and he's like, yo, bro, you're all right though. You got AOI points. I didn't get AOI points. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, if you come in the top 10, you get AOI points. You just keep grinding. Essentially, if you come in the top 10 to every tournament, you're in the runnings. And I was like,
Mhm.
and it like literally like that's when I was like, okay, that was like that not only did that tournament like I placed and it was like, okay, I could do this, but it was also like that's what kind of like threw the AOI like, oh, okay, you don't have to be like you got to be good, but you don't have to be like amazing to get AOI, You got
Mhm.
to win at least, you got to win a couple or be top 3. But
Yeah.
see, that's my goal. I would love to do that. But yeah, the Ned rig,
Ned
don't
rig. That's
sleep
a,
on. I know, Brendan,
a
you
little
won't.
one, but I'm not one for the Ned rig. But
Ned rig
yeah,
like
20.
shaky head, I would say, or interchangeable for
I'll
me.
throw a big shaky head, like a 10, 12-inch worm, but that's it.
Is this
So
the
that's
head?
what we're talking, like an 8/0 hook.
So like, here's my question: what's the difference between like I know, but
Mhm.
what's the difference between this and a Ned rig?
I would assume size, right? I mean, they're
No,
pretty much the
it's
same
just like a
thing.
3/16.
They're the same thing then.
It's just like literally, I get it. Like I'm not ignorant to it. Like the hook's
Mhm.
different. A Ned rig is straight up and down. But so I remember there were points at times the last year where I would, because this is the I almost just put a hook in my hand. This is the 3/16 Warlock, and it's
Mhm.
a shaky head. But there were times where I would put the big Ned rig. You put like a big TRD on this bad boy,
Mhm.
or you put the X zone. That's I like the X zone. And this thing, it's the same thing, and it just sits there, and it's straight up and down, and but I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I would assume they're
that's
the
why
same
for
thing.
me, that's why I'll say for me, a Ned
Mhm.
rig and a shaky head are pretty interchangeable.
I would think so. I would
I
think
love
so.
this thing on it with a magic worm too. A magic
I know you
whale.
like that. I know you like that bait a lot.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see my shaky head worm?
Yeah, what do you got? 86. I graduated in 84. Now you're showing your age.
There we go. Old monster.
Yeah.
It's about, let's see.
See, but I think you should power shot that. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of worm to power shot. You've got
I
to have
don't
a
think
big
so.
hook for that.
Well,
I mean,
so
I
what's the
use like an
matter?
8/0. I use an 8/0 hook for this.
Yeah, but you can use whatever hook you want. All that matters is that you have a heavy weight and a leader.
Okay. I'll give it a try. I'm definitely giving it
And
a
that's
try.
in theory, because in theory you can drop shot any worm, right?
Hmm. You can.
Obviously, there's some that are more favorable than others with buoyancy and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I get that, but in theory, you could drop shot any worm and it'll get bit.
Hmm.
So if you were to
Might work.
power shot an old monster, and you're like I said, and you're just like pulling it through the grass, and that tail's in the grass, it's almost like they're
Hmm.
gonna be like, ooh, and
It could definitely work. I mean, I'll give it a try. I will give it a try for sure this year.
So, like I said,
Definitely.
it sounds like it would be a fun technique, and if you could get onto that bite, I feel like that would be a fun bite to get on.
Yeah. My
Just
only
drag.
issue,
I
I think,
love
was the
that, like
weight.
drag, boom, or it just stops moving, and you're like, okay,
Yeah. I think my only issue would be the drop shot weight getting snagged with all the grass on it.
yeah.
Need to find like the right one. But so I'll stay on the. I'll go real quick here on this topic. Is
If
crankbaits? Oh, you got one?
no, I was gonna. So I think Little
Okay.
Rich. I think I bought some of those.
Ooh, steel.
They're steel weights. They're ugly as hell.
Well, the
I
fish aren't
bought
eating
because
the
I
weight.
was I went online and I looked up to see if they had drop shot weights at my Dick's,
Hmm.
and they had them at a different Dick's. So I got to the Dick's that I went to, and they didn't have them. So I
Oh,
literally had to just settle with like some like old school bass, just like literally like a brass, and then with the the lead weight, and it's just a 3/8 ounce like ball.
Yeah.
So like I attempted the power shot with that, but I wasn't like happy with how it looked, and like
Yeah.
it was ugly to me. I wasn't feeling confident with it. So I was like, all right, you tried.
Mhm.
Pat on the back for trying something different, but we're just gonna wait until we get some real drop shot weights, and we're gonna do this the right way.
Yeah.
I was like just
That's
trying
the
to
way to
force
go
it. And
about
they
it.
were $2. It was $2. Like I spent $4. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't like I like hurt. It didn't hurt anything to try, but I just
Yeah.
tried it. I actually came through the rocks a little bit better than I thought, but that's another spot where I think that power shotting would be fun. Is you just get to you can put a bigger presentation on there.
Fish it above the
Because
rock.
yeah, you could just use a 3/0 hook. A 4/0
Yeah.
hook. It's like
See, I don't
okay,
have rock,
yeah.
which is weird.
It
But
is very weird. Like literally, it's like one of my favorite things to do is to go find the rock in the lake and just crank it.
yeah, I know you're always talking about rock.
Find that
I'm like, dang, I never fish
I
rock.
love one thing I do love too. When you find the like, it's like a lot of man-made structure, but when they have like the riprap banks, and you'll find it with your jig, and you'll find like the edge of it.
Mhm.
Ugh, ugh. Sometimes they're just sitting, and you just like drag a jig back,
Mhm.
and it's just like you're like hell yeah,
Yeah, it's always good getting a bite on a jig. It's always
yeah.
fun. But I'll go real quick here on crankbaits. I personally throw crankbaits that have a little bit of a lesser action. If it is,
Mhm.
a lot of the time it's. I mean, I don't go by temperature when I fish very much, unless we're talking about spawning fish, because spawning bass tend to spawn at specific temperatures.
Mhm.
Um, and also, my lakes aren't like deep enough to have the full turnover, so that doesn't really play into it either. So the fish aren't like switching around and being all weird because of temperatures and where the water's flipping over. Um, but crankbaits, I like crankbaits whenever it gets a little bit tough, just because they're one of my confidence baits. These two right here are pretty special to me. So this is the Lucky Strike Shallow Smoothie. This color specifically is one of my favorites, but it's got a really subtle rattle. I do sand the lip down a little bit, but it's got a really subtle rattle to it. That one right there will get bit. I like fishing this thing a lot. It has a good action. It does, in fact, this one right here specifically hunts a little bit, just a little bit. I've never owned one that does hunt. This is the only one that does hunt that I have. So I have one singular one, but the other one is the Burns Big M SB1. It's a little tiny flat side, shallow bait one is what he calls it, SB1. So killer little balsa flat side right there. These things get bit. And then one other. Let me get this one. The Rat Brain. This is the newest color drop that they did, but the Rat Brain.
Oh my God, Frank.
This thing is absolutely killer. It's another flat side. It's my second favorite crankbait of all time. So
Which one is that?
the Rat Brain.
Mm.
It's that sweet little gill pattern on there.
Did you send me one of those yet?
No, I sent you a Hellcat. The Hellcat. The
I think
white
it's right there.
wobblers.
It's in here. It hasn't
Don't
moved.
show Bobby.
That's it, right? Yeah, this is it.
Yep, that's the Hellcat right there. But this one right here is
Who
my
signed
favorite
this
color.
thing?
TK.
Ah,
He painted
okay.
that one. Yep, he painted that one up and Burns carved it. It's a killer bait.
Jeez.
Solid wood. But this little guy right here, the Rat Brain, just gets annihilated. Killer bait. So those are my baits that I like to fish. And this one, the Rat Brain, it's got something to it. Like I can't tell you exactly what it is. It just gets bit. It has a weird action that's in between a flat-sided crankbait and just a normal wobbling crankbait. It does some weird things and it just gets bit, especially around grass. That's where I found it to be the most effective, is around sparse grass. I don't fish it around wood very often just because of the fact that it has like a thumbnail rounded lip on there. I like a square bill in a sort of wood, and you can also kind of pop it and get a reaction strike if you want, if you're ripping it through grass. So it's one of my favorites of all time right there. But those are kind of my like 3 go-to crankbaits if anything gets tough and I can't get a bite on a big bait.
TX, I'm ignoring. Texas Huntsman, I'm ignoring it. Try and
Uh-oh.
keep it a little PG.
Now we can go full craziness here if we want.
Yeah, they're going off the deep end, but it's okay. But yes, I am aware of that. A lot of double digits caught on the robo worms. So I got the missile baits versions, but it's the same thing, different colors.
I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to read up in this chat. I wasn't looking at the chat.
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't.
Tim, I would love to fish deep. I don't know how to fish it. I'd love to throw DD 22 around. Frank failed to tell everyone who's at 28th in the 8th grade.
Getting at him.
Oh boy.
Gio, I saw you, my boy. What's going on, brother?
Oh boy.
That's
Catching
always
up on comments.
Carolina rig. Honestly, I've never thrown a Carolina rig. Never done it. A lot
I've
of work.
thrown it around a little bit.
I know they got the pre-rigged 6 cents Carolina rigs. I don't know.
You'd throw that, wouldn't you?
I guess I would because it's pre-rigged and all the work is done for me.
Yeah, but then you don't get the weight sliding forward as far. It only slides forward this much.
Yeah, that is his. True. I mean,
that's
that's
the big
what I'm saying.
thing.
Those are the things I wouldn't know.
So as soon as that weight hits that stopper, your bait just falls like a Texas rig.
Okay.
Except faster because it's got a 1 ounce weight on it. Carolina, the beauty in it is that weight slides forward before the bait hits there. So that way you have a little extra time.
I want to get into free rigging too. That you need a drop shot weight for too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's a big thing too. Yes, drop shot weight.
So essentially, you put the drop shot weight in front of your bait and then just throw it out there with a lot of slack line, and then the drop shot weight comes down, sliding your line up, and then your bait will just.
Yeah, and you want like a wide bait for that, so something like a bellows gill or a depth bull flat,
something with just a big drag.
So that way it slows it.
Yeah,
and just kind of float down there. Those bellows gills are sweet baits.
There you go.
That is very true. I could try that. I have drop shot at a HUD though, so a HUD. I haven't caught anything on it yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they haven't changed pipe prices or anything.
They're staying true, which is good.
That's very good. They've been around for a long time.
Or they're just using. I'm not saying this in a bad way. They're just using cheap stuff, cheap product. Look, it's working. I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, I'm
who's using cheap product."
Yeah, like RoboWorm. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they could just be using inexpensive plastic to make it, and but it works. I'm not saying that it's
It's pretty cool they pour them though. They're all open board too, which is cool. They use I'm pretty sure it's like a gummy bear machine to where they have the machine and it has the multiple nozzles and it pours the colors for them. Pretty sure that's how they do it.
Yes, I do want some bougie drop shot words. That's exactly what I want. I didn't have confidence in my, dare I say it, old man drop shot weights.
Old man drop shot weights.
I want to hear it for that.
Oh boy.
It's okay.
I won't mess with you too
I told my dad about that too. He laughed at me and was like, "Man, that's just what we used to just use. I got all y'all fancy stuff nowadays, and specific weights for this and specific weights for that."
You had to make all that yourself.
Yeah, we do. And I'm gonna get them.
Exactly. Michael Bradley, I do fish some things straight out of the package. Not everything, though. Not everything. Not too many baits. I fish straight out of the package. Tim looks like a Catching Concepts with the edges rounded off. This one, Tim, Rat Brain, I have a Catching Concepts bait somewhere around here. But the Catching Concepts bait is a lot smaller than this, Tim. But they are a little bit similar in the way they're shaped, a little bit. That might have been what he was basing it off of. I can't remember. But Jermaine, you got anything else? What else you got?
Me? Oh, I had two. You did
Crankbait.
crankbaits.
Yes.
I got
Now, listen, if it's a 6 cents crush, I don't want to hear it.
is it a crush? No, it's a curve finesse.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I like that bait right there. It's a good bait. That's the one crankbait I will throw from 6 cents.
Yeah, so this is the first, not anymore now, but this is the first bait that I've seen fish like engulf multiple
see 'em on
times.
hook fresh.
Yeah. So do you notice that they always eat the whole thing?
Because it's a small bait.
Yeah, but still, I've
Yeah.
had small baits where they like get it on the outside. You know, they don't really get it. This is one of those baits. Some about it where when they decide to eat this thing, they go, I'm gonna inhale the whole thing.
It's a good bait. It's a
Really
very
good bait. And then also I do like the finesse F4.
Gotcha.
So I think, was it Michael Bradley? I got my first one that didn't track right, and I had to tune it a little bit. But I mean, I feel like that happens with a lot of crankbaits that are like mass produced. You gotta like mess with them a little bit. But
a lot of the older balsa stuff. Yeah,
it was on the Gangsta Lean, and I was like, ooh.
You're like, what the heck's going on there? Do you still have that bait?
Yeah, it's in my box. I was using it.
Okay.
Oh, what up,
We're going
Rich?
to talk about this after. I want to ask you some questions about that thing.
That's my guy right there. Rich is a local hammer.
Oh yeah.
He pretty much, he's in my kayak club. He actually runs it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, he's the man. Maybe we'll get Rich on here one day. Rich is the man. I do a lot of learning from him. Yeah, I got my kayak from Rich.
Nice. Oh yeah,
my kayak from Rich. Yeah, Rich is the reason I'm on the water. Yeah, keeping it a PG a little bit right here, Carol. We're trying.
Oh man. Oh, Tim, you're referring to the profile more than the size. I don't think it's. I think it's in the boat, Tim. I believe it's in the boat. I don't know though. But yes, it definitely does look like it.
I never thrown a Carolina rig, so I wouldn't know. They're so fine with chat. Was talking split shot. Oh, my bad.
Oh, boy. Sorry.
Did we click the same thing, or did you click something?
No, I clicked something different.
Click yours. You're probably more caught up than me.
I'm at the bottom now. Texas Huntsman. You can't feel it, and it doesn't deflect off of cover. Okay. I don't like it.
Says who?
I don't like that. Says me, because I used it. I bought 4 of them, and I was like, dang, these things look nice. They're solid looking. And I threw them, and I was like, okay, first off, these things are diving way too deep for what I like, but that's personal preference. But they don't deflect off of cover when I roll them through a tree, or a stump. So that's why I love balsa, because it goes through that stuff much better. And you can't feel them. You can't feel them as good in your rod.
Is the
and
OG
I gotta change out the hooks.
Balsa? Yeah, the OG Slims balsa, right?
Yeah, I've never thrown that one before though.
I got the OG Slim guy. I lost one of these in rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
man. See,
really, after the 3 casts after I freaking caught that my PB Smalley on it, I was pissed.
Oh yeah,
because I was like, I'll get this home. I'll save the bait.
Okay, let me ask you this: how were you fishing it right before you snagged it? Like, what were you doing right up until it snagged?
Slow grinding.
So you're grinding it before it got once it was snagged. Did you yank on it? Did you tap it, or did you give it a second and let it float back up?
No, I just stopped now. So now my thing with almost all crankbaits, I kind of just stop.
Yeah.
And then if it moves, okay, I go, okay, it's a fish. And if it doesn't move, then I go, okay, it's a rock or it's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
not a fan of
OG
the
slings are
crushes.
awesome. I just caught my next video. Yeah, I'll see it.
PV.
I think I'm pretty sure it was 3.6 Smalley. I think that's my PB Smalley off the
It's good.
bank. Yes, sir. Can't beat the good old DT series. That's it. They're pretty legit.
Okay, Texas Huntsman. In my defense, I fish 20-pound big game for even my
Yeah.
tiny little crankbaits, but I can feel these still.
He's a nut.
So I feel these tiny little crankbaits on 20
Wait,
pound
you
big game.
fish those on 20-pound?
I don't fish anything under 20-pound big game because the 15 breaks. The 15-pound big game breaks. The 20-pound doesn't. I'll show you I'll show you the tiniest bait I fish on that.
What?
Let me see here. What's the tiniest bait I throw on that?
So how do you
Hold on here. Let me grab my tiny.
How are you even getting them down to the right depth?
Well, I don't want them diving deep.
This guy's turning all his crankbaits into wake baits. 20-pound line. Golly.
Here we go. This bait right here. This is the mini Hellcat. This thing has caught some big fish, but I don't know how much this weighs. Maybe 3/8 of an ounce. But that's a crankbait. Weighs 3/8 of an ounce. I throw that on 20-pound big game. So that's me. Listen, we've got big fish. I run these things all over some. It is heavy, but here's the thing, JP. I stopped breaking off fish once I jumped from 15 to 20.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick. And if you can catch an 8-pound Smalley on 6 to 10-pound line, I don't care how big your largies get down there. That's going to be my counter to that. Because the moment that I can't, and I pray and hope that you catch an 8 or better Smalley one day. When you do that, you're going to be like, oh, wow. And I need you to catch it like in the summertime when they're just like, they're fired up. Not these like, fresh pre-spawn Smallies. Like I was muscling up some Smallies the other day, but I'm talking about summertime, full of it. That's
angry
different beast. Different beast.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you the deal here. I'm not breaking the line on fish. I'm breaking the line because the fish run through cover. So they're running through trees. They're wrapping themselves around the trees. They're wrapping themselves around docks. They're running all over the place.
Dance better.
You can't though. I mean, can you really can you take your crankbait rod and pull that dang thing out of there?
Yeah.
You can't pull a dang 6-pounder out.
I run 12 to 15 down the side of a dock and I get them out.
Your fish are maybe smaller. I don't know. I'm just I'm just messing with you.
They're fired up.
These things wrap you up.
Smallies too, it'll be Smalley, and they first thing they do is try to get back under there.
All right, well, all I'm saying is I broke off way too many fish and way too many baits fishing that way. So I do not have zebra mussels either. These fish will break you off, and they're mean, and they fight hard. So I just like fishing with the 20-pound because number one, it makes my baits go shallow because I like them to run in like that 1 to 3 foot range. That's like my sweet spot for baits. Sometimes I'll drop down to like 4 to 5 feet, but most of the time it's that 1 to 3 foot range.
There you go. There's some. I like that. We don't use dental floss.
Yes, there we go.
All right.
I do not set the hook on my fish either. I just lean into them, so I'm not.
Rich, that's why we got to get you on here, buddy. That's why we got to get you on here. We'll give you that 25 minutes and maybe a little bit more. It's fun though. The big difference is,
it's kind of crazy. Tim, I have a couple of rods.
There's a little shot. I like that, and I'll agree with that 110%.
I would maybe agree with that because I don't fish clear water. I'll be throwing my 80-pound braid, with a big swim bait in there. I'd have to drop down to like something. But Tim, I'm using for these specific baits that I talked about tonight. I used a 795 from G Loomis. So that's a 7-foot rod.
This guy, he doesn't forget a leader.
Yeah, I use 20-pound main line and I use a 5-pound leader. But here's the thing, Texas, is you can't load the hooks into them very easy. So I lose fish because I did crank on braid, and braid also tangles in the hooks. So if I'm working,
Yeah, that I don't do. I tried it for a second, and I did this. I noticed that on like the first couple casts.
Yep. Yeah, I don't take chances with my burn space because you can't get more of these. I'm not losing these things.
Yeah, I'm not throwing this thing until I get on my kayak.
Yeah, and you're gonna throw that in 20-pound big game too. You're not throwing that on that stupid fluoro. Don't 12. You dare. Don't you dare throw that on fluoro.
12 to 15 minimum.
All right, you can throw it 12 to 15, but it's not fluoro.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Don't you dare use fluoro.
Why?
Because fluoro breaks too much.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. That's why I stopped using it.
You gotta use good fluoro.
I did.
I
bought the $40 spools of it. I bought everything.
Carol, get them. Did you just say 80?
Okay, I run my stuff
80
high, okay? Because I don't like losing fish. If I hook into a 13-pounder, I don't want to lose this thing. Okay.
This kid is
That's all
nuts.
I'm saying.
If I hook into a fish of a lifetime, keyword here, lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you'll probably do it once.
Mm-hmm.
So you're preparing for something you're going to do once.
I mean, if I catch a 15-pounder, I'd take a 15 as long as I got it in. You know.
You can get it in. I'm telling you, man. You can catch it. If you can catch it, I'm telling you, if you can go up to the Great Lakes and catch these smallies on. But like, okay, so Ben Nowak gives me heart attacks when he says 6-pound test.
Yeah, I get that though. That's clear water. That's smallmouth. That's deep.
No,
I get that.
I don't know. I understand it, but I don't know if I'm ever going down that light. I can't do it. It would hurt my heart. But I mean, I get it. Granted, they're in open water and they're just pulling them straight up in 20 feet of water and they're down on like a little rock pile or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That scares 6-pound test scares me.
But I can like see where that makes a difference.
Under 10 scares me.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll throw under 12. Like this year, I probably won't throw under 12 in a tournament.
Yeah. Your drag needs to be set right for that right there.
That scares me because I don't want to because I've had, I mean, maybe it was whack line, which I also stopped using that line, but I've had 10-pound line last year, Lake X, spawn, and I had a fish get mad at me and turn and run, and it broke my line. And I was like, yeah, there was a 3.5. Like, it was a good fish. Not saying it was a whack fish, but it was like a 3.5. And he just turned. And when I did one of these to no, I don't want you to turn your head. And he just, and I watched him swim away with the shaky head. And I'm like, oh man, that sucks. So I don't know.
Yeah. But like my hooks, I don't care about like that much. Like I care about my hooks as long as they're a light wire hook. I'm fine with them. If they're a little rusty, I don't.
Yeah, see, JP, I can't do it. Not in tournaments. Like if I'm practicing or like it would have to be like a very specific bite, and like somebody would have to tell me like, yo, bro, the only way I'm getting the bite is a Ned rig on like 4-pound line. And I would like and it would have to be like day 2. I'm telling you, because I would probably I wouldn't do it on day 1. I'd have to skunk on day 1 and be like, okay, well, Jim said he was catching them, and I would have to go buy it because I don't own any. I think the lightest I own is 8.
You just take a knife and just go down it and cut a sliver off. Just cut it in half. Oh boy.
That's nuts.
Tim, I am also designating action. But yes, that is very true. I've never had an issue though, Tim. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's not changing the action much. I think it's just changing the depth, which is intentional. I want these things to run shallow because Burns doesn't build too many baits that run super shallow.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them run to 5 feet, and I
I
need
was
these
definitely
things to
changing
roll.
up some action a little bit because your line's stiffer.
Definitely, I think it is. I think it does change the action slightly, probably, but I don't think it's that big of a difference. That it's not that it's going to make fish not commit because I've caught like 5-pounders, 6-pounders. I think the biggest one on a Burns has been an 8-pounder, and I mean, I've caught a bunch of 7s and stuff on them. I mean, I don't think it's making that big of a difference. Maybe I could be catching more bigger fish. I don't know.
Down south, boys.
All I'm
30,
saying
40,
is,
and 50-pound braid, no leaders.
dang.
That's what I run one reel with braid, and I think it's sitting here because it's not
You want to see
frogging
my
time.
frog setup?
It's not frogging time, so it's right here. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Like my spinning reels have braid, and then I put mono on them, but that's or put a floral leader on them, but that's it. And I think other reels I put what the hell did I get? I got 30-pound Beyond braid that I'll use as like a backing, so I don't have to put as much fluoro on my reels. So I guess technically there's braid on a lot of my reels, but it's just like the first like 40 yards, so I don't have to like load it up with a full 135 yards of freaking fluorocarbon. That's expensive.
Yeah.
I cheap out, and because at the end of the day, what are you really casting?
I mean, me?
Especially when I'm on my kayak, I'm really not casting that far.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of just chilling. I get moving, and then I'm like, okay, or I'll sit still, and I'm like, I'm picking targets, so I'm not really casting that far. More I guess when I'm actually trying to bomb it is when I do bank fish, and that's getting ready to come to an end for the most part anyway here.
So you're not bombing it on your kayak? Like you don't care about like making a far cast?
Distance is not. I mean,
so you're like not trying to cover that amount of water?
For the most part, I wouldn't say distance is like a huge thing. I don't need it. I wouldn't say. Like I enjoy it, but I don't need it.
Okay.
I don't have sonar yet, so like I'm not like I can't see the fish, so it's not like I'm casting 2 fish. I'm just casting the targets as of right now.
True. You want to see my
Or I'll be like cranking. I guess cranking. Good casting distance is always good when you're cranking.
That way you can actually get your bait down to the depth.
Yeah, it allows you. That's the only time that I feel as though, because anything else like a chatterbait, I can cast it and let it sink. Spinnerbait, I can do the same thing. Lipless, I can do the same thing. Obviously a jig and all that stuff, I'm working it on the bottom. So the only thing that I guess casting distance really does matter would be a crankbait for me. So I can get it down to that target range.
Especially deep cranking though. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Deep cranking is only
time.
15. Like my deep cranking might be 12. That's it. Like 12 feet. That's about as deep as I'll ever.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's the difference between me and you. I might crank over 20 feet of water.
Yeah, that's nuts right there.
Yeah. I'm not saying that the fish will necessarily be all the way down in 20 feet, but they might be suspended in like 12 to 13. And then, you got to get a jerk bait down to 7-8 to, or get something down to 7-8 just to get their attention. I mean, obviously, if you can get something down to the 13, it'd be better to bring it right in front of them. But
or you can swim this right under the surface and have them shoot up.
Yeah, or you can bring up something big enough. There's always different ways to go about it, but
there is. My frog setup right now. People are going to make fun of me for this. This is the most weird thing. So get ready. Yeah, guess the length on my frog setup. How long? Yeah, how long is my rod for frog fishing?
7-11.
Wow, you got it. A 7-11.
Heavy.
Extra heavy.
I knew it.
Fast action.
This guy.
With 80-pound braid.
80-pound braid. Honestly, that's the only thing I'm not mad at you for. Because if you catch, because my thing is, if I'm going to think like this, you're in Georgia. So if I'm in Georgia and I catch an 8 or a 9
or
in
13.
see, but timeout.
Hmm.
My 8.5 came on a frog and it went straight into the grass.
Yeah, that's
I
when
had a
you need
medium
something heavy.
heavy. It was a
Oh,
medium heavy
medium
50.
heavy.
It was a medium
Oh,
heavy 50-pound braid. So I got him in.
crazy.
Medium heavy
Man,
50-pound braid.
you got him in.
Bass
You know
Pro
what's
Shop
crazy
frog.
is that thing will stick them. Like when you get a fish, you
What's
move
it?
your rod maybe 2 feet, and that thing is in there. Like it's
And
gonna.
it was the Lose Speed Spool, the black and red one.
Hmm.
It wasn't even like I didn't even have good gear yet. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Hmm.
I just got back into it. I didn't even start recording things yet. That's what made me start recording because I
Hmm.
went to work that weekend and I showed a couple of customers the picture and they were like, "Yo, that's crazy. You know that, right?" And I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, bro. Like that doesn't happen." I think I ran into an angler
Hmm.
and he was like, "Yo, that doesn't happen in New York, bro. That's kind of crazy, man." And I'm like, "Really, man? Are you messing with me?" And he's like, "Nah, man. That 8.5 in New York is pretty crazy."
It's a big
So
fish for sure.
yeah.
Solid one. But
Somebody's
eh,
asking for the link to those cranks.
yeah, the cranks are not. You can't buy the cranks to Burley. They're
Good thing
done
it's
in drops, which is the only difficult thing. But okay, my pond bass will bite anything. I kid you not, they will bite anything. The big ones might not bite everything, but the little ones
ooh,
will.
it's not even Ohio. I feel like Ohio's not that far, but it's far.
I think you looked it up last time and it was 8 hours, but everyone's saying that skipping on this rod is definitely. I mean, skipping on this rod is a little difficult, but now that I've kind of gotten used to it, you can kind of flick stuff in there. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. But I used to do, I think it was 7.3, a
8.
7.3 frog rod, and that one skips a little better than this one. But I like the
Might be
extra
all
leg.
of us. 8 hours? That's not bad.
That's a ways. That is a ways.
What's up, Buck? Bucktail in the house. I mean, okay, so look, here we go. I think it's Bucktail. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bucktail. If there's any chance I can get down to Gunnersville, it's with Bucktail. Because then we could split it.
Wait a second, are
But
you not going to Gunnersville? If
wait,
you're not going, I'm not going.
is it is it North Carolina or is it Gunnersville? Somebody in here will know.
I have no idea. I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me where to go. Because I think it's next month or something, right?
Yeah, it's in like 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I got time.
Hmm.
I think it's the first weekend of April. So
Uh,
yeah, it's like
I'm
I
gonna be in
think it's the
Florida then.
5th and the 6th. Oh
I'm
no,
gonna be in Florida.
it's the 6th and the 7th.
Yeah, I won't be here.
My man, I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Florida for that fishing.
It's next week. Yeah, it's next week, Gunnersville. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Ooh boy. Hey Bob,
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
we were talking about balsas a little while ago.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that my income tax check is gonna come back in that time. So
Oh boy.
yeah. Alfredo, I'll text you what happened. Something wild happened too. Nothing crazy, but just
You let me know.
unfortunate turn of events that's gonna put a little damper on things. But
Oh
it's
boy.
all right. I'll make all the year-end events. The year-end events. I got y'all. I will see my fishing fam this year.
Man. AJ uses 7.3, but you're also 6 feet. Yeah. I've gotten used to it, AJ. It just took a little while to mess around with it, but I do throw that. I would like to get a softer rod, slightly softer tip, so that way I could flick stuff back there because you kind of gotta like flick it back there. Like it's kind of weird, you know. But you can do like an underhand skip real easy with this thing. So I like that. But it's a good rod. I like it. It's stiff. It's just a big giant 7-Eleven broomstick that I just stick stuff with. Just makes setting
Yeah.
work a lot easier. You don't have to move like all the way back here. Like you can just kind of halfway do it. And I can also tie on like, smaller like citizens for it and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
I use a 7.3 for jigs, but I use a 6.6 broomstick spinning rod for Senkos. Interesting.
I signed up for the main knucklehead. Yeah, there you go, Diggs. I'm doing the knucklehead again. Brendan, are you getting in, or are you gonna be rebellious and pay $150 for a swim bait, but you still won't buy a catch board?
I think I'll take the latter. No, I'm just messing with you. I'll see.
Go buy a damn catch board.
I'm going to. It's on my list right now.
Go buy a damn catch board.
I'll get a catch board. I'll go buy one off of
And then
eBay.
we can get some real competition in.
We'll get some competition going.
Then we can get some real competition in.
We'll start seeing some big fish. Oh, you're 6'5". You accidentally hit send. Damn. AJ, you're tall.
Same
Damn,
height as
you
me.
might be. Oh, dang, you're as tall as Jermaine.
Yeah.
Dang. You and
There you go.
Ben
Use
Milliken
the
are
catch board.
big.
Save some money on your catch board.
Grams 10. There we go. Nice. Well, I spent tax returns and then some this past couple of weeks. Too many hard to find baits at good prices to pass up baits I never thought I'd have. Bob, we know you're always balling on all sorts of baits. And Bob, I want those burgers. I want those.
Honestly, Diggs, that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna spy one and send it to him, because then he just can't say no.
I will get one. I will get one. I promise you.
Or we could just get him a gift card. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Brendan needs a catch board. We got 36 people in here right now. Everybody give me $1.
No, we don't. No, I don't accept that sort of stuff.
You're lucky I'm not freaking. Oh man, you're lucky I'm not monetized. I'd do it. I'd be like, yo, everybody give me $1 right now. Everybody give me $1, and I'll send it to them with a crazy note that you make you read it live.
I sent this $1. You better get you a catch board. Carbonite catch board, 26 inches. I need one over 26 inches because our Bass Pro is like
big boy.
8. Yeah, because I've caught some 28 inches.
I have the big boy. I think I got the 32. And a bunch of people made fun of me. Like the first thing my boy from upstate was like, "What do you have that for? You catch bass." And I was like,
they grow big. Down here we grow them long and skinny.
I got Sly Fox. I got the 32. Come on, man. You know I'm ready. I'm ready. You gotta stay ready. You gotta be ready for that big boy. You know what I'm saying? You never know. And at the end of the day, you could catch I know it probably wouldn't happen, but you could catch a 26 that's like 7-8 pounds. That's just
I think I caught a 25.25-inch bass that was like 4.5 pounds.
Yeah, and he was just terrible shape.
Terrible shape.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was ready to die.
He probably, I was gonna say, he used to be an 8-9, and he's famished.
Yeah, I would say probably 7. 7 is somewhere around there, but yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, it was not good to see him, but
yeah,
I'll flash up. I got 2 more baits. I'll show you guys, but a small spinner bait. This one right here is good for this time of year. It's got that front orange blade. It's got a copper hammered blade, nice orange color. So I like these orange colors and red colors whenever it's in the spring. So nice little tiny spinner bait, or just really any spinner bait. They all get bit. I mean, but yeah, these things right here, these will get bit. This is a Epic Eric's Ditch Melon color with a different colored blade on the bottom, copper. I changed it out.
I don't know if I have one here. But
there's also another small spinner bait that I will not say here. It's
you know what this
special.
This is special.
Oh, you got one of those. Oh, I forgot you had 2 of those.
I had 2. My first cat.
Good.
I lost one.
I know. I remember you talking about that. That's horrible.
But
you need to throw that thing. That thing thumps. That thing will thump a lot harder than you think.
What the hell was I gonna say?
Small
Oh,
spinner baits.
you said the small spinner bait, so I'm going
Mhm.
underspin.
Oh, you like the underspin?
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's becoming like a real confidence bait of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just know that they're gonna bite it. You know, that's my thing. I
Yeah.
love. It's just like I'm just like, it's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always a good feeling when you're fishing. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
what did
feel
I the crank? Yeah, we gave a couple cranks.
yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, jerk bait too.
Oh, a small jerk bait. You thinking, or just normal
Yeah.
size jerk bait?
Like I'm falling in love with this. I know I just got them, but the 97. It's a good color too.
Mm-hmm.
Ghosty, clear watercolor for me. What is this one? The Milliken Matte Minnow. And then I got the Paranormal 6. And the thing I like about this thing too is it's silent. Is this one silent? Yeah. So it's a ghost color and it's silent. And then this one
Okay.
is not silent, but this one's got the crazy flash on it.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's crazy right there.
Love it. But yeah, jerk baits. Honestly, I don't know if it's always gonna work, but I just kind of like, you know how when you get your pattern down with your jerk bait and it starts to like, okay, I got it now. But I feel like I had my pattern down with the jerk bait last time we went out.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Yeah,
toss
jerk
a
bait's
little
a good one.
time to figure out where we're gonna go. Ugh. But I'm getting tired. What time? We're at an hour and a half. I think it's
We're getting there. We're getting there,
yeah,
but
get ready there.
I'll show one more bait. Prop
Yeah, what else
baits.
you got?
It's my favorite prop bait of all time. Devil's Horse. They just get bit, and they get big ones too. You know, just an amazing bait. So I like a certain float on mine. Just me. I like mine to sit a certain way. So I do a few modifications to them. But prop baits, always good. I love a Devil's Horse in this specific color. This color, and then they've got a loon kind of color ish. It's like a black with some yellow and white on it. So that's the deal right there. And it's also wood. So love a Devil's Horse. You just reel that thing, creep it along. It's just fast enough to where the blades are spinning. You give it pauses. You give it like little tiny twitches. You barely moving this thing. So that's mine right there.
And it gets running good.
Yep. All that thing is doing is straight retrieve, super slow. Now, if they're kind of active, really active, I'll give it pops and make it go. Bzz, bzz, but I don't do that extremely often. So it's more of a super slow retrieve, painfully slow.
Yeah.
Bob. Funny comment right there, but Shop Life, I do a straight retrieve most of the time with pauses, but I sometimes do a rip and pause on the Devil's Horse.
Yeah, Devil's Horse is Roland Martin's favorite.
Oh, really? Yeah, Devil's Horse is great in Florida, anywhere really. It's a great bait. Yeah, don't even.
Carol, let me know if you need a care package.
Yeah, JP, I think it's not talked about for a reason, because it gets big ones, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't talk about it much for a reason because it's good. It's a really good bait.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. So that's all the baits I have. I mean, I honestly just most of the time I don't even go to like smaller baits like stuff like this. I rarely do because I just like throwing the bigger stuff back there. But I
Yeah.
thought just for you, I thought I'd share some of my smaller
Thank you.
baits that work good in tough conditions.
There we go.
But
Open up
this
the
guy's got a couple of 5-pounders though. This little tiny hill, the mini
Oh
hill
yeah,
cat.
just because they're small baits, that doesn't mean,
Yep.
I've
They're-
caught all my good fish this year have either been on a finesse jig the Ike's mini flip,
Mm-hmm.
jerk bait, that 97 size, and underspin. All my fish have come on this year. So
Really nice.
mini flip,
Underspin will get the underspin catches.
underspin, jerk bait. Most of them coming on the jerk bait.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
Jerk
was
bait's a
like,
good one.
I'm going to transfer the footage tomorrow and start editing for tomorrow and hopefully get that out on Thursday. But yeah, that's a day.
Yeah, it's
definitely
fun
a
when they
day.
hit like a jerk bait. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't fish a jerk bait really anymore, but I do fish glide baits. And when you're chopping a glide bait, it's the
Yeah,
same
it's
thing.
about
Like,
the
you
same.
give it a few chops, you pause it. Give it a few chops, pause it. Chop, chop, pause it. Like, do all kinds of crazy stuff with it like that, and you just feel one smack it. Like, it's the best.
Little Tommy just texted me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's it. He said you already know where we're going.
Oh, boy. Alrighty. Well,
All
got
right,
anything
Chuck.
else to go over?
No, I'm all good. I'm tired.
Alrighty. Oh,
I worked all weekend too.
oh man.
I'm gonna go get my butt in the bed.
Man. Well, I'll just
I
show
just
off
put in
these two.
45 hours since Thursday.
Dang.
So,
Going at it.
yeah.
But I'll show off these two little Burns baits I just got. Burns 1.5. I don't know what he calls this color. It's like this crazy glowy pearl
It's nice though. I like that.
shad. Yeah, it's got like a green chartreuse pearl on it. And then this one's got a white base instead of a lime base. This is going to be a BDS. It's like an in-between BDS size. So those two are new from the Burns and Tacklecraft lab.
Yeah.
So killer baits, especially this 1.5. But yeah, so that's it. Oh, should also show the damage that has been done to this frog the past couple of days.
Jesus.
Torn up this thing.
Can't believe you're on a frog bite already, but
Been on it. That's what happens. You got moved out here.
we'll see.
Catch
One day.
some gators.
I'll definitely get at least I'll get the second house.
Be nice. Be
So.
real nice. Well, alrighty, guys. Thanks for hopping on.
Yes.
Fun.
Appreciate
So,
y'all.
See
Brendan,
you guys next
welcome
week.
back.
I know. Thank you.
Got you back in the house. Appreciate everybody for hanging out too. I think we got up to 41. I don't know if that's the all-time high, but it's close to it. So every week we go up a couple people. So all the newcomers who have become staples, we truly appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And last couple weeks hanging out with me, but truly appreciate y'all hanging out with us. So
yeah, it was fun.
So next week, trying to keep it a little bit more topic oriented, a little bit more organized for y'all, and keep us a little focused, even though the chat, y'all be wilding. Love it.
It's always crazy.
Always a blast. But, all right, y'all.
Catch y'all later.
Next week.
Peace.
Catch y'all. Deuces.